Hi people, this is Sapper UK T.V on its first video on the channel name change. Just to let you know, the reason why I haven't been filming, I've been quite ill. One of the subjects of this video is going to be keeping yourself fit. I don't know whether some of you are aware that I've got a broken spine, and I've got osteoporosis and a number of things. I've been doing a lot of cleaning around the house for the wife, and I've gone and buggered myself up properly this time. I'm in absolute agony. I'm not going to go on and bitch about that. The importance of keeping yourself fit as much as you can. I mean, even if you just tab, like this Scott Major, Let's Tab 59, he tabs around, he keeps himself fit doing that. So just walking generally. If you're able to, try and get yourself to a gym. Keep yourself fit like that. So there's a number of ways you can keep yourself fit. And cut down on the ale. So, I mean, like me, I've got a right beer belly. I am on a diet, losing weight. I'm slowly but surely. So, fingers crossed, I should get some of the weight down. It should make me my spine easier and less painful, so that I'm able to do some form of exercise. Because exercise is not only good for your fitness, it's also good for your mental state as well. If you can get yourself to a gym, you make gym buddies and train together and things like that. It's more easier to train if you've got somebody with your training partner. So yeah. Also, you'll notice I've got things like this on my face. I'm actually on morphine for the spine, and it makes you itch like a bugger. So, if you're wondering why I've got this, I'm not manky. It's the morphine makes me itch. Some of the other subjects as well. Some of the subjects, I've got the tablet here. Some of the top stories, Reeves faces budget Groundhog Day without bold action, says IFS. That's from the Independent. Asteroid narrowly avoids Earth after whizzing past unnoticed. That's from the Metro News. Just to let you know as well, the news I get, I've got the Vantage plan of Ground News. It's absolutely amazing news app. There's a lot of YouTubers do promote it. I'm not sponsored by them. They're not sponsoring this video. This is just a little tip for you, because they do give you. I mean, I'll just show you. You've got. It shows you how much on the left, how much on the centre. If you come down to this one, a little bit of left, 55% centre, and 36% on the right for the asteroid. It's a fantastic plan. I paid, I think it was £82 for the year for the Vantage plan. It's brilliant app, really is. Carrying on. UK's research taxes on wealthy will be part of the story in next budget, Guardian reports. Lead exposure may have given ancient humans an edge over Neanderthals. Sorry, that's not lead exposure, lead exposure. My bad. Nord Stream, the Cassation counsels the extradition of the arrested Ukrainian, error in qualifying the crime. That's a foreign newspaper. Prince Andrew accused her to claim royal thanked her and saw sex as a birthright. Why does that not surprise me? The UK politics says PPE PedPro will be pursued with everything we've got, West Street says. UK strikes heart of Putin war machine with major sanctions against Russian oil. That's Rosneft oil. You've got 2 people found dead in a camper van after attending cider festival. Oh dear. Cider can be nasty if you drink too much of it. Moment man tries to abduct teen girl from Swindon Street until public thwarts him. I won't go into that one because, you know, it's a very tricky subject. Man who stabbed girlfriend to death in hot tub on Shetland, jailed for 25 years. Misconduct hearing thrown out for police marksman who fatally shot man. Detectives re-appeal for information on baby found in field. That's UK police. That's 20% left, 80% centre. I was just going to that one. It says here, images of clothing found in Greater Manchester Field with baby Ava released by police. On Wednesday, October 14th, Detective Chief Inspector Charlotte Worley re-appealed on BBC's Crime Watch Live for information to help identify baby Ava found near Ashton's Field last year. Medical findings suggest the pregnancy may have been hidden, with dental expert findings establishing 39 weeks gestation. Detectives say baby Ava was likely born at 39 weeks. Police recovered distinctive briefs at the scene, size large with a donkey design, and Ava's grave was 12 centimetres deep under the ash tree at Ashton's Field off Cleggs Lane. Investigators have narrowed the 20-day window and asked public to call 101 quoted log 1319 of 2011-24 while checking thousands of vehicle records and CCTV. Police are building familiar DNA lists and reviewing matches every 6 months, while a forensic pathologist said decomposition prevents dating Ava's birth, and experts use multiple specialists to determine age and ethnicity. Poor little mate. Funeral director admits 35 fraud charges over remains, including 4 foetuses. Fetuses, I think that is. I say my reading is terrible without my glasses. DOJ seizes $15 billion Bitcoin from pig butchering scam kingpin. Reform voters likely to live in areas with health problems, studies suggest. Yeah, well, I'm a bit on the curb with voting for reform because Nigel Farage. I've just caught an article here on the Irish News. People in poorer health more likely to vote for Reform UK. Among the conditions linked to voting for Reform were asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which I've got stage 2, kidney disease and depression. People in poor health areas are more likely to vote for Reform UK, analysis suggests. Experts from Imperial College London looked at voting patterns in last year's general election when Reform secured 14.3% of votes and 5 seats. 3 of the five areas, 60%, returning a Reform MP, were in the most deprived fifth of the country, compared to 103, 29.7% of Labour constituencies, according to a study published in BMJ Open Respiratory Research. Reform UK areas had the highest proportion of people aged over 65, and people were more likely to suffer from 15 out of the 20 health conditions compared to other regions. Unbelievable, isn't it? Let's just come out of that. I'm back again. Here we go. IMF says global public debt set to top post-World War II levels by 2029. Loneliness and social isolation linked to heightened risk of death in those with cancer. Yeah, I can believe that, actually. My mother-in-law she got diagnosed with end-stage pancreatic cancer. So we immediately moved her in with us and cared for her, so we could keep her spirits up. She lived by herself at the time. My husband died about 11 years before that, if not a bit longer, actually. And she was an absolutely amazing woman. We didn't want her going depressed because of what she'd been diagnosed with, but believe it, she was such a strong woman that she kept her own spirits up in a way, but we wanted to make her last time on earth as happy as possible as we could, without going over the top. Anyway, Waymo robo-taxi service coming to London this year. That's off the Independent. More warming expected amid record CO2 levels in 2024, the WMO says. Enoch Burke could be forced to pay for security guard who is hired to keep him away from school. Jesus. Keir Starmer to publish major evidence in collapsed China spy case. I give up, I really do about that man. Big John Fisher to be deported from Australia on his birthday. No boss, whatever that means. The Mirror says. UK police record clear out of road police officers as more than 700 acts last year. Well, forget rid of road police officers, I'll get rid of the police force. Rachel Reeves drops biggest hint yet on tax rises and spending cuts in the budget, the Mirror says. A manta ray dives deep for directions, ABC listen. Crap. Person dies after being hit by train at Vauxhall Station. Gutted. Oh, here we go. Meghan Markle again. Meghan Markle says her new Netflix partnership is similar to Obama's. Oh, Christ almighty. That woman is unbelievable. What else? We've got Royal Mail slapped with £21 million fine as millions of letters arrive late. That was off Ofcom, that was. Migrants will need A-level standard English to work in the UK. Yeah, now the way they're putting that is if every migrant, illegal and legal, have got to have A-level standard English to work in the UK. But if you read the small print, it's actually stating that it's only the migrants coming in to work, like the nurses and the doctors that have come over to work in hospitals to build the numbers up. So it's only them that have got to have the A-level English. The illegal boat migrants, not bothered. It's disgusting. Blind spot. Protesters who chanted "put the Dios in the ground" at Gaza demonstration arrested. So they pretty well should be. It's disgraceful. They get us patriots for flying the England flag and the Union flag, and they arrest us. You know what I mean? But these Palestinian pellets. They get away with bloody murder half the time. I mean, they're not getting arrested for anything. You know what I mean? EasyJet stock jumps following buyout speculation. That was off EasyJet themselves. Here we go. Manchester News. Steroid creams can help cure cancer. Well, I was boosting that, I don't know. Dinosaur footprints from 166 million years ago discovered in unlikely UK spots. That was the Manchester Evening News. UK police again. Independent peer faces 8-week law suspension over speeding letter row. Artificial intelligence news. New AI tech to spot deadly infections before they strike. This AI is fantastic. I use ChatGPT a lot of the time, really, for fact-checking things like that. It's brilliant, absolutely amazing. EU Commissioner raises alarm over UK human rights. In the UK, we ain't got any pretty human rights unless we're illegal immigrants. Boris Johnson slammed by fellow Tory for COVID-19 move, damaging to children. That bloody COVID jab is damaging to everyone. You know, I had that COVID jab, I had 5 of them. The first one I had was AstraZeneca, then I had the Moderna, and then I had the general one, I can't remember the name of it. But since having that first AstraZeneca jab, I used to get chest infections because the asthma and the COPD. But since having that first AstraZeneca jab, I have never been so ill in my life. The bugs I've got at the moment, I've been ill since December 2023, start December 2023. Then I think it was the end of January, the beginning of February it was, I ended up suffering pulmonary embolism, which led to me going into full cardiac arrest. Which, if it wasn't for my wife having a gut feeling, because I was caring for my dad at the time, he got dementia, if it wasn't for my wife having a gut feeling that something was wrong, because she tried to phone me and I wasn't answering, she drove down to Stafford, and basically found me slumped over on the sofa, out of it. I've then stood up, ran to the outside toilet for whatever reason, and I basically collapsed backwards over the toilet, and my heart stopped. I was basically dead. She's phoned 999 straight away. They talked her through resource, and she got me back. So if it wasn't for my good lady, I wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean? Because my dad didn't know what to do. He got dementia. He was a nurse, but because he got the dementia, he didn't know what to do. He just sat there, saying I wouldn't wake up. So, you know, I owe that woman my life. I really do. She's an amazing woman. Here we go. Scotland's last shoemaker shop to reopen after funding award. Tommy Robinson's trial delayed because he's going to Israel. Man accused of Ian Watkins' murder refuses to attend court hearing. Kenyan family urges extradition of British national in death of woman after night out with soldiers. Going back to that, if it was a Kenyan woman that had murdered a British woman, they wouldn't extradite her to Britain. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal views. Michelle Mon linked firm misses deadline to repay £122 million to taxpayer over defective PPE. Home Secretary issues warning amid failure to tackle migrant crisis. The more said about that, the better. Never mind, the less said about that, the better. They need to get this pretty under control, close the borders, deport. Again, that's just my personal opinion. UK must prepare for planning to warm beyond Paris Agreement's target. Yeah, I've already talked about that. What else have we got? COVID's surprising effect on sperm in mice may impact future generations. The whole bloody thing's just a nightmare in waiting. Reform to U-turn on £90 billion tax cuts. That's Nigel Farage again. He's flip-flopping all the bloody time. I don't know what to do. But there's that party that's coming in, Advance UK. I've actually joined their membership and donated a bit of money to. I mean, not a lot. I think it's about 50 quid or something like that. But every bit else. So yeah, have a look and just see what you think. Scotland's most remote pub cancels Harry Potter Halloween party after staff face abuse. Christ. Over a Harry Potter Halloween party. Jesus wept. Asylum seeker stabbed hotel worker over 20 times at railway station in broad daylight. No, I'm not going to get into it because I'll say something that get me into trouble. Marine environment protection, German ship owners for global climate protection. UK faces worst G7 inflation and flat living standards, IMF says. IMF warns of dim outlook for world economy hit by rolling shocks. Vodafone explains why thousands of people experienced issues. Do you know, there's a lot of this happening with the mobile phone companies where they're getting outages all over the world. I personally believe it has something to do with Russia, with jamming, because they've I don't know what it is, whether it's a weapon or a device, whatever, but they can block all GPS over the entire region of Europe. It has happened. So watch that space. What we got? UK communications regulator confirms £20,000 4chan fine. Pensioners could be set for bigger state pension boosts than previously thought. Good. They pretty well should do. They've earned it. Small boat migrant who threatened to kill Nigel Farage on TikTok jailed. Yeah, he got 4 years. He'll probably be out too on good behaviour. Satellites have been leaking sensitive data from T-Mobile and others, research reveals. Boris Johnson blames everyone but himself for Boris wave of migrants. Christ. Anyway, that's it for the news today. If there's any subjects people have, want to let me know and I'll do a story about, leave your comments down below. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. So don't forget to ring the notification bell so you get informed of all future videos. I am going to do more videos at the time, but as I said, I have been quite ill just lately. Since December 2023, I've just not recovered completely. So it's all different stages of illness all the time. It's ridiculous. I swear it's down to this. Either long COVID, I've caught COVID asymptomatically and then developed long COVID from that, or it's down to the COVID jab that I've just, my health has just degraded that bad. It's ridiculous, it really is. But anyway, that's it for now. As I said, please do leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear it. And I do respond to all comments, if possible. I like to mix with the subscribers and people that are not subscribed. Maybe encourage them to subscribe to the channel. As I said, it's free and it helps the channel grow. Well, that's it for now. This is Sapper UK TV signing off.